Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I am Robert, your resident Gen Xer, and right over there is John, the resident Millennial. John, how are you doing this evening?
Fan fucking tastic this
All
time.
right, we're back to our normal level. I'm
That's right.
surprised though.
Yeah.
Well, you've no, you've. I'm not terribly surprised. You've been finding ways to keep yourself active, not like outdoor active, not active active, but like a little more socially active than
Yeah, yeah.
normal, right?
Yeah, I feel like I can deal with people better when they're on a screen, when they're in person. I don't feel quite as much like punching them when they're on a screen, because that would just kind of damage my laptop, and that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got some
Uh,
folks in the chat tonight. We've got Elephant
oh
Man
hell
lurking
yeah.
around in there. We've got Wyatt from Roundtable Decision. I saw Jake from Freedom Scoop sitting
Yeah.
in there a little bit too. Make sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit all the things, the notifications. Don't hit the one that says dislike. That's just I don't know what
That one's
that's there for.
broken. It doesn't
Right?
even work.
It doesn't really do anything. It's you know everybody dislikes everything right now. It's just some of the things you dislike, you like. So that's really
Yeah.
what that comes down to. So John, you've been bouncing around on the interwebs. You've been playing around out there a little bit, whoring around
Yeah,
as it were. So
it's
you were
true.
just recently running around with somebody else, I think, weren't you?
I was cheating on you with Mr. RRC, the R-rated conservative. We did a stream yesterday about we just kind of chatted about Game of Thrones, so that was pretty fun. And then I think he's still going actually. He was doing a long stream um, to try and like drive viewership to D Live, and
Gotcha.
so I joined him there. Hung out with him for about 3 hours, and it was a lot of fun. It was awesome. So yeah, guys, make sure you check out RRC on D Live, and if you haven't already, go and subscribe to us on or follow us on D Live, whatever their thing is, because D Live is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I definitely I like watching RC. I just haven't been watching anything lately. Haven't been getting on anything, anybody's stream. Steven's stream, I need to get on there more ads. So I'm going to go ahead and make my New Year's resolution now. You know, I've to make an effort to be on involved in other people's streams more and give act like I give a shit. Act
Right, you
like I
just
give a
just gotta
shit.
pretend. Yeah.
I'm all up to here at I'm right here with giving a shit at this point. I've had enough giving a shit.
Jake says show feet. You're gonna show your feet?
Not me. You don't want to see my feet. I've been running around out in the garden. They're probably dirty. My big claw nails and you know hairy
Oh, have we heard about the
hobbitness.
new Gab live streaming coming out in May? I have not heard about that. That does sound interesting though.
Sounds like something to talk about. Gab talk. Mm.
Yeah, that's I do have a Gab account technically. I don't think the generational gap does, but I do. I've
Well,
just been on it like 3 times since I started it.
well, there's
So
something to be said for checking it out and seeing if there's something viable there. Um, you know, it's not like you can't go find us on, Freedom Scoop. That's the only thing. That's the only thing we need to. I wish we were, a live capable platform on Freedom Scoop. Hint, hint, Jake from Freedom
hi,
Scoop.
Jake.
Jake, yeah, I would love it if we could go live straight on to Freedom Scoop. That would be awesome.
That would be
And
pretty
then
sweet.
broadcast to things like D Live and etc. Um, but Jake says he prefers G Live.
I like that
Oh,
better. G Live.
it's called, that's what Gab is calling their live streaming, G Live. Well,
Well, no,
that's
they call
not.
it's called On apparently.
Oh, it's called on, but he prefers. Oh, I
Yeah,
gotcha,
Jake was
gotcha,
just being Jake. You know how
gotcha.
Jake is with
Jake,
his
the dreamer.
Jakeness.
He's a dreamer, John,
He is. I'll give him that. Yeah.
and he's not the only one.
That's right. He's not. I
Listen, man, I tell you, I just kind of went into a hole this weekend. I've been having trouble
noticed.
shaking myself out of it. I was incommunicado.
I noticed.
But you know what did it? It was, I went to the beach on Saturday with my wife. We decided to get up early in the morning. We left out of here around 5:30 in the morning to catch the sunrise out
Damn.
on the beach. And, just to, because we needed to be outdoors and we're not able to go do a lot of the things that we normally do. Like we go to plant shows and we go to different gardens and we go to nature walks and hiking trails and we go out and do these things, but a lot of these places are closed, etc. It's all up and down right now, so we haven't been doing much. But since the beach, you can go to the beach as long as you don't stop, you're not sitting on the beach and just hanging out, except fishing. Obviously it's okay to fish and have a chair and sit and hang out and fish,
Of course.
but you can't sit out in a chair and just enjoy the sunrise. You can't do that. So that was, so we went for a walk. We probably walked for a mile down the beach or so before we headed back. Maybe longer than that. Actually, it felt like longer. But it was interesting. It was just there was it just had a weird vibe to it. I mean, there were people out there. It wasn't like it was deserted or anything, but I don't know. It was unusual. I could tell, like the amount of shells that we were finding, was kind of interesting because you could tell that there was a lot less traffic on the beach and a lot less. The water seemed so much clearer and nicer because it didn't
Because
have.
people weren't pissing and shitting in it
Right, there
all
wasn't
the
just
time.
like the constant, so I was able to walk out into the water, and was just able to see in 3 foot of water, able to see all the way down to the sand, and that's unheard of
Yeah.
in New Smyrna and Daytona. Um, but it was nice. But it was just kind of interesting not seeing the boats out on the water because even in the morning you see a lot of boats out there doing stuff, and all the empty hotels and condos. I mean, you could just tell the buildings were empty. Nobody's in there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's usually a very bustling part of Florida.
Yeah, yeah, especially this time of year, right?
Oh yeah.
We parked right beside a Best Western, and it was interesting to me. It was one of those moments like you see on TV in a post-apocalyptic movie or show. I immediately thought of The Stand because I'm walking down the little alley between uh, the hotel, and you could hear the birds flying around in the empty parking deck and stuff, and you could see some dumpsters with some trash, and just see a like a crow, blackbird, whatever, flying around, and I'm just like, whoa, that just has a weird vibe to it, right? I'm just like, Stephen King's Stand is flashing through my head.
Oh shit, it's Saint. What's
I
up,
see
bruh?
Saint. uh, yeah,
Wyatt.
what kind of plants? Wink wink.
The perfectly 100% legal plants.
uh, yeah. Oh my God, John, it's all blowing up right now. Like major bloomage on everything. It's just going crazy.
It's
It's
pretty
it's
insane.
nice. I'm just seeing, I was telling my wife it would be nice if I could see like a little a scan of the house and see if we didn't have our own little oxygen bubble built up over the house from all the plants.
That would be cool, yeah.
I think we do. We have our own little biosphere, biodome going on here. Fucking fine. But I don't know. I'm getting antsy, John. I'm getting antsy.
No, I know.
Wanna, go out on the street, get about town. So, opium poppies. Yeah, that's not quite the easy process one might think. But I will tell you, it is surprising sometimes when I can say something along the lines of, I need something. I wish I had something to do this, this, and this. She's like, well, if I take some of this and I take some of this and I take some of this, I'm growing all of those, and I have some of this. If I mix it together, I'm like, Did I just? Is she an alchemist? Is that what I
Yeah,
married? I married an alchemist, an herbalist.
an herbalist. Yeah, an alchemist is with metal.
She's kind of druidic in her own way. Yeah, there's a lot of that vibe that comes from her. Very in tune with nature. I uh, I was I was saying the other day that it would be interesting to see that after all the time that she's put into the garden and getting her hands down in it and sweating and just the blood, sweat, and tears aspect of the whole thing that goes on. I was like, I wonder how much of your DNA is mixed in with the plant DNA in this garden.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she's banked hours in this garden, hundreds of hours. So like, you know, like you're actually a part of it. I wonder if it'll die if she goes away,
Oh fuck. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
right? Uh oh. Elephant Man had a message. I wonder if he retracted his own message.
I think he did because it just said KER, so he
Mm.
obviously fucked up.
He was going to say something about Kermit the Frog.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm. Does she sacrifice chickens too? No, she does not.
Only
But
on Wednesdays.
yeah, we got in trouble for having chickens because, of course, we're in the incorporated city limits. We're in an urban environment. We had some little bantam hens that we got, but one of them actually turned out to be a male. So, but he was crowing. He would crow in the morning, he'd crow in the evening, and that one of our neighbors complained. So they were like, "You can't have a male chicken making noise, blah blah blah. You're not supposed to have chickens anyway. People get away with it as long as they don't have one making a bunch of noise." So we had to get rid of them. But they were starting to give us eggs, little eggs. It was
Of
beautiful.
course.
Take
Yeah.
three of those, make yourself a nice little omelet, you
Yeah.
know. And I was a little bit pissed off about that. It's like you're taking my breakfast eggs. You're taking my eggs away.
Yeah.
But we took them out to this woman who rescues and keeps all these different farm birds. So she's got all these ducks, and she's got peacocks, and some of the biggest, most glorious fucking turkeys you've ever seen. Shit, that's like she had one that he was big snow white turkey with these big bold black stripes and markings on his tail, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of turkey are you? But you're a badass. You're a badass turkey.
Yeah.
Frog legs. Oh no 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 no. Frogs are sacred around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You don't mess
They've
with
got a lot of frogs
you
back
don't
there.
you don't mess with tree frogs. Frogs. uh, Move to the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's our plan. We want to
That
move
is
to
the plan.
Tennessee eventually. All of this is putting a check on things. What's going to happen? Where do you go from here?
Hmm.
What's actually going to happen. There's all this shit going around about solutions and what they're going to do, and it's like, do something.
Yeah.
Four chickens, two ducks. See, when I grew up, was growing up, we had a lot of chickens. We had a whole coop full of chickens. We had some ducks. We had rabbits. All this stuff that we could put on the dinner table.
Hmm.
Um, and for some reason, my grandmother loved to catch terrapins, turtles, snapping
Mm.
turtles and the such. And she had a whole bunch of them in a big cage. Stank to high heaven because it
Oh
just had
yeah.
all sorts of shit. Throw all the live or the leftover organics in there for them to eat. Oh, stank to high heaven. And I'm like, why do you keep them? That's what I could never figure out. Is why she
Yeah.
kept them. She have 20 or 30 of them at a time. Any given time. It's crazy stuff. And tarantulas.
Oh
She,
fuck that.
no, yeah, she would
I
catch them.
would burn that fucking place down. Fuck off. No. No.
um,
Never.
Saint says those white turkeys are domesticated turkeys. Yeah.
Hmm.
Frog legs are actually awesome. Yes, I agree. Frog legs are awesome, but
Tiny chicken
again,
wings.
they are like tiny chicken wings. But unfortunately, no, you can't. We don't eat those around here. Plus, you don't want to trust the frogs that you're getting here in Florida. There's a lot of the Cuban frogs that have made their way up, and they're actually very invasive, and they're killing off all the native frogs in the Central Florida area. They've pretty much decimated them in the southern Florida regions. They're working their way up. They're bad news, but there's nothing that's going to be able to be done
Are
about it.
those coquis, or are those only Puerto Rican? I know there's some kind of
I don't know. I don't know if they're if the coquille references the Cuban ones or not. I know these are from Cuba.
right.
They came up through the Keys, but they eat the native frogs that are from
Yeah.
Florida. So, and the more they eat, they breed like crazy, and it's sad to say, sad, but it's a double-edged sword. We get a lot of them here in our habitat, but the other, the one aspect of a healthy environment that you've got set up is that frogs are present and they're breeding, and that they do that on a regular and consistent
Oh yeah.
basis here. So that that in and of itself is like, yes, there's good and bad frogs mixed in. Hopefully they won't eat off all the good frogs. The native ones, they'll just leave them alone, or survival of the fittest happens. Um, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Between those and the lizards, I'm just like, fuck. I'm tired of lizards.
yeah. Lizards are everywhere here. A lot of people don't realize that. Like
Uh,
they're all over the place.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Those little
it's
like those little ones.
right. And don't
Yeah.
you don't you ever just like do you ever sit and picture like doing a whole little dinosaur like stop motion thing with some lizards and stuff because they're just built for great little dinosaur shows, right? And
yeah.
you just do some miniatures around them. Some more, we'll get some Warhammer miniatures, the trees and buildings and stuff, and then we'll have them come in and wreck and stuff. We'll just
yeah.
turn them loose. We'll get two males together and let them fight, and they'll just fight it out in our little city
Hell yeah.
forest
That
setup.
sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah, that would be funny as shit. Because there's some crazy look. We we saw two of them. I thought they were mating, but they weren't. They were two males, and one of them, he had the other one. His head was twisted to the had his head twisted to the side and bent back. Had his mouth clamped down around his whole jaw, the other guy's head and jaw, twisting his head back and gripping him from the middle with his feet. I'm like, God
Mm.
damn! It's like that's, that's like action movie grips he's got on him,
right. Kung Fu grip.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
I used
but
to chase them though and like catch them when I was a kid, and I would because like they'll bite you if you put them, but they don't hurt at all. Like they don't have teeth or anything. But like I would just put them up to my nose and they would bite your nose like that, just hang there. You could like let them go and they would just hang and just like sit there.
they are
Or
evolving,
put them on your
sir.
earlobes.
I think they're evolving. One bit me the other day, and my wife saw it. It bit down on me and clung on. I had to shake him off, and I could feel it. And I looked, and sure enough, he had nearly broken the skin with his bite.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't
And
hurt though. It's
no, no,
just
no. But you could. It felt like they're gaining ridges or something. I think they're evolving to some sort of teeth. Even the
perhaps.
lizards are kung fu fighting. Yeah, right.
yeah.
But the cats are funny with those. The cats go after the lizards,
Hmm.
so we can come in the house, and between the two toms and the other female, they you can walk down the hall, and they'll have brought in a half a dozen lizards and have played with them to death.
yeah.
Or it'll just be really beat up. Its tail will be gone, and it's just standing there in shell shock for the longest period of
Well, you know
time.
why cats do that, right?
Practice.
No, no, no. It's because they never see you go hunting, and so they're bringing you food because they think you're too stupid to hunt for yourself.
Oh, well,
Yep.
they sure as hell know how to beg. They know we're cooking. They know we're eating because they'll come running up and begging for stuff if it's the right thing cooked.
right, but it's never like, but they don't see you go hunting like
Right,
they do. It's not the same
right.
thing in their mind,
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. Not that anybody would take their cat hunting anyway, but
Well, no, but the cat goes hunting. But yeah. Anyway.
if everything continues the way it's going, they may get that opportunity. We'll go hunting in a
yeah.
pack. We'll take the dog too.
Yeah, you gotta have a retriever.
Yeah, she's pretty good at get a tree and a squirrel or two. So according to Governor Alice Cooper, school is out for summer, right? Hey,
Good.
they extended I guess in our area here they extended school outage till the end of May now. I'm like, you might as well
Nice.
just do it till the end of the year and run everything through. Maybe they're going to try and continue on with classwork virtually, and
Probably.
because they were having it was getting closer and closer to June all the time when the end of school was, etc.
Well, I mean that'll be fine because that'll give Governor Cooper some more time to feed his Frankenstein.
Right?
Ha! I was trying to make that joke,
What's
when
he
the timing was better, but you kept talking, so
what's
didn't
he
ruin
going
the
to feed?
choice.
What's he going to feed his Frankenstein? Dead babies.
Dead babies.
Do you remember that song?
No,
Oh, you got to listen to that song sometime, Joe. Dead Babies
guess I
by
do.
Alice Cooper. Yeah.
I've probably heard it. I never had like an Alice Cooper phase like I had with a lot of music.
Alice Cooper was whew, momentary. He was like one of the small doses kind of thing. Um,
I could see that.
yeah, he was a whacked out motherfucker. He claims he was clean, but he had to be on some fucked up drugs.
Yeah, there's no
Because
way.
you've heard the like the urban myth, the urban legend about him on stage, and he dared a fan to come up and do something more disgusting than they thought he would do, and a female fan runs up and takes a shit on the stage, and then he bends down and picks it up and eats it.
Oh, that there's no way that happened. Because that would have
Some
outdid
say it
G.G.
did.
Allen.
Some say some say
That
it
would have
did.
outdid G.G. Allen, and
It
I don't think that's
it
possible.
was
As
it
far as
some
I know, he didn't eat his own shit or someone else's shit either.
some say it happened.
Yeah, well, a lot of
But
people
some
say a lot of
people say the
things.
moon landing happened too. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. Elephant Man says he found a document that states all restrictions are lifted.
Boom. Perfect.
Well, it's starting to open up. It's going to start rolling out. You're going to start seeing it
Yeah.
now. Here's the thing. Um, if anybody expects that they're going to start opening things up and we're not going to see a rise in cases, you're fooling yourself.
Oh, well,
It's
of
going to
course. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to happen.
And people are gonna
Um,
get scared again. You're like, oh my god, it still isn't gone. But it's because people are fucking mingling again.
so
God, I
Sweden,
can't wait for that to fucking happen.
so maybe we need to look to Sweden as a model. Sweden did not
Not
go
for much.
well in their case. They did not go into wide scale lockdowns. They went through the course of that you said was smart, was educating the citizenry on what to do, et cetera, et cetera. And they went that route. And while they did have, you know, a reasonable amount of cases, et cetera, et cetera, one of the positives that is potentially spinning out of it is the idea of the mob resistance. So, more people being exposed to it, et cetera, building up the community
Yeah,
immune
the herd immunity.
resistance, the
Yeah,
herd immunity, which is an argued thing as to whether or not that's true or not. But as it were, we've got to expect it here is going to happen. If you want restrictions lifted, that's fine. Just understand that that's the hope, is that people will understand that they still need to represent a certain amount of social distancing. Don't clump up in lines. Don't get in other people's space. Sorry, personal space is extended right now, but people need to recognize that, and they need to do the right things in these instances. Remember that it's not about you in this case. This is about the safety of others, and for whatever words you
safety is
want to
good as
use,
fuck.
it's about not, doing your best not to transmit a known disease. This is the same thing you should do in the flu, during flu season. I mean, we don't respond the same way during flu season, other than, we bring the question of you know, do we have enough flu vaccine, and should we be taking the flu vaccine, and how strong is the flu vaccine this time around, and how, but the numbers don't lie. It's pretty nasty in and of itself in what it does to people and the deaths that can be related to it. So I'm like, you know, we got to learn to take our lumps, but we also got to learn to just think about other people as we're out there. You know, I mean, you don't need to be up in anybody's grill, right?
Hey Ed, what's up? Is I guess RRC is done with his thing
Oh, Ed
because Ed
Grace
was on
is.
right after I was.
Yeah, you've been this Game of Thrones things. You're really late to the party. I'm just
Oh, I
saying,
know.
but
Oh, yeah,
you know, you really liked it. It made a lasting impression on you. I see.
it did. It's pretty awesome.
Now, I'm gonna say this, all all pandering aside, because I know myself, and once they're able to get back to work on it and complete it, um, I I honestly believe if it's done right, the Wheel of Time would be the same way for you.
I'm sorry. I think you pretty much went on a half hour to 45-minute rant on how it's gonna suck now. A few months ago on the show.
I brought into question how they're going to. Yes, I don't
It's
know
been
that.
SJWs, dude. It's gonna suck.
I don't know that it's going to work. I don't know. Um, it's just one of those things. But
Yeah.
like I said, if it's done right, if it's done well, Game of Thrones level well, if Amazon can pull it off, and Amazon's been known to put together some pretty good shit, then we'll see. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. Um. Oh. Roundtable decision. Wyatt says lots of Freedom Scoop streams today. RRC, Edge, and Gap, Brit, and myself. Yeah. Sorry I didn't make your stream, Wyatt. I was working until just after 5 my time, so I missed it.
I'm just going to put it out there. Keeping up with Freedom Scoop streams is becoming a full time job.
Yeah. Doesn't pay too well though. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, not yet.
Hopefully, it will one day.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed. One of these days, it'll make us a fortune. Will it?
No.
Um, After the
Even people have. I'm
coronavirus.
like, unless we get like multiple millions of subscribers, there's no way we're gonna make that kind of money. I
It's,
agree, Ed. It is like Ron's full time
but I
job because
haven't
he's
seen him
always
here.
here, which is awesome. I saw him in RRC's chat
I haven't seen him
earlier.
here yet tonight. So
Yeah,
he's
I'm sure
he's
he'll
is
show
he
up.
slacking? Is he taking a smoke break? Maybe that's what he's doing. Late night loser. Someone do it.
Late night losers. I mean, I've done that on Friday nights with my drunk streams.
Yeah.
Going
I
going late.
have to join you one of these nights for one of those. I can't. I don't know, John. I keep wanting to drink. I'm thinking maybe I should start drinking, but no.
It's a pretty effective pastime. You're drinking, you're drinking, you're drinking. All of a sudden, it's the next day, and you're like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, I guess there's advantages to it. So, if they, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Is there anything that you're gonna do when they start lifting restrictions? Is there anything that you're wanting to do that really makes a fucking difference? You don't go out much and do much.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, until recently, I went to the archery range every week. That was cool, but that's going to be closed down regardless now of whether or not it's locked down. Um, hey, there he is, Ron Helton. We were just talking about you.
Hey, there's Helton. Speak of the devil and
There he is. No one tell him what we said. It was very mean.
yeah, he'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were saying, so you can't
um.
really think of anywhere, right? There's just, what do you want to go to the game shop? What do you want? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I do want to
you know,
go somewhere.
go to the bar,
Probably
maybe
just go
go
to the bar,
go to the bar and hang out and play stupid music
play
on
some
the
pool. Yeah,
on
and play some pool. while playing stupid music on the jukebox.
Look at Ed. He can't keep his damn mouth
I
shut.
know.
People always got to talk that smack, talking that smack. I put on a
Put on a
pot of coffee. The apple pie is almost ready. Wish I could share it with you guys. Oh, God bless America. Some apple
yeah,
pie
that
would be good.
sounds awesome.
I got to check and see if I can find some blackberries. If my wife makes it, we got some apples. Make some apple blackberry cobbler. She makes one that's just.
Fuck yeah.
I'm like, I just look at that 9 by 9 pan she makes, and I'm like, why would you only make enough for one?
Right. What are you gonna eat?
Why would you only make enough for one? That is so silly.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know, John. Go out and do something. Go out and I don't know, go to the beach and go for a walk on the beach, or go somewhere and just go for a walk, man. It's go do it. You need to. It's very liberating. I was seeing a report that like tapping into I don't know. I'm not even going to Big Brother how they were getting the data, but they were going based off location, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But they're showing that people are like getting out and doing more like nature active, walking, just getting outside and doing more. By tracking their device usage and what they're saying and what they're doing, blah blah blah. More people are going outside and as opposed to just sitting in their houses. I'm like, no shit. Nobody wants to stay cooped up all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes a walk around the block is very exciting when the options are limited.
And Wyatt saying the bridge is for cheaters, talking about pool, I imagine. Which, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's for cheaters necessarily. I think it's for people who aren't good enough at pool to be able to do it without using a
Hey,
bridge.
I'm just gonna. I think the bridge is an excellent tool for making some fantastic shots, and a skilled bridge user can employ that thing for. I can even use it from behind my back for those awkward shots that you really need that finesse. Just saying, there are
For little
great uses
bitches
for it.
is what it is. It's for little bitches.
No, it's for very specific scenarios.
Little bitches.
You know
Like
when that
that
thing,
big.
you know when that thing comes in handy? When the goddamn place you're shooting pool at didn't think to add just enough room on that back wall because of the fucking rack mount. It's kind of tight at the place where we normally right there by you that we normally go. I wasn't going to throw its name out there, but
No.
it's kind of tight right there at the wall when you're on that end. So in those kind of scenarios, as opposed to having to try and like do gymnastics with the stick, it's easier to get the bitch stick out and use
The bitch
that.
stick. That's a better name for it than the
That's what you
bridge.
call it. Yeah, you call it the bitch
Yeah,
stick.
right. Because if you use it, you're a little
I know
bitch.
what it's. I know why it's called that, but I'm not saying it doesn't have its uses.
So, are you then ready to admit in front of everyone here that you're a little bitch?
No,
All
there's
the
nothing.
evidence is there.
There's nothing little about me.
What about just a bitch then?
When it's time to be a bitch, I know how to step up to the plate.
Just say it. Just say, I, Robert, am a bitch.
No, I'm a switch. And that should explain it more than anything else for those in the know.
Yeah.
That says it all. Uh, Helton says, I've used a bridge to keep from ripping the felt on a really close shot. Exactly. I mean, there are times when it's necessary
No, there's not.
because it's less embarrassing to use that stick than to do exactly what he says and carve a fucking groove in the
I've
fucking
never
table.
ripped a
Really?
single piece of
Then
felt.
you ain't
No.
shooting pool, motherfucker. You got to get rough and tumble.
Pretty sure I can beat you.
I don't know. I don't think. I think
Pretty
that.
sure we played together.
I think we've probably set pretty even in the drunken escapades that we've done.
All right. So
I
when
don't
this
think we've
shit is
ever
over, and the
seriously shot pool.
Okay, well, let's do it then. Let's do it, and we're gonna record it, and we're gonna post it on the
All
channel.
right. So, what game are we playing? Are we playing Pussy 8 Ball or are we playing 9 Ball for a point
Playing
count?
playing 8 ball. That's the standard game.
That's fine. We can play your little solids and stripes, whatever makes you
Yeah,
happy. I mean, we could play 9 Ball, which is a real man's game.
yeah. I've never played 9 ball though. Or no, it's not true. I have played it, just not in a very very long time.
I
We can do the
still
whole tournament rules, calling all your shots.
I would
All that kind
still
of
love
shit.
to get you on a snooker table.
I've never played snooker,
Oh,
so
snooker's a fun game, John. I'm just saying. That's where your skill comes in. That's where real skill on the table comes in. It's soft pockets,
yeah.
not the cornered pockets. They're rounded pockets. So that ball those balls go nuts because they're smaller too. They're like little. It's like shooting with on a fucking pinball table sometimes. Swimming pools and pool tables. Pool
Says
sucks.
pool sucks. I don't think so. I enjoy pool.
Right? Um, I will say this: pool is a great. I haven't done this in a long time, but pool's a great game for date night.
Oh yeah.
Pool opens pool playing pool with a woman is a great way to find out just how into you she is because she will sell it at the pool table. You'll get a lot more information there than you will sitting and talking to her, just hanging out in a bar or restaurant, eating with her. If you hang out in a bar, have a couple of drinks and some food, finger foods, and go play a game of pool, because you relax a lot.
Oh
You
my
got
god.
something
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
And you're talking shit.
right,
At least I am. I'm talking shit on the pool table.
right. You
Yeah.
really relax because you got something else to focus on. You got to make sure not to relax so much that you're just drinking too much because you don't want to be an idiot drunk.
Wait,
But
wait, wait. Speak for yourself, first of all.
well, if you like being an idiot drunk.
Some of us like being idiot drunks, all right?
Ed says real skill on the table involves a blonde with a fat ass. Wow. He's got his priority and nothing to do with billiards.
Yeah.
Yet he wants to throw around the word billiards.
I know,
Pomp,
right?
pompous
Fucking,
ass.
fucking
Saying
bougie
says, have you
ass.
seen the declassified UFO videos yet?
No, I
Yeah, I've
haven't.
seen some
So,
of it, and yeah, there's a lot.
uh,
There's a lot of it coming out right now, John.
Saint, if you want to send me some links on Discord, that would be awesome. I love shit like that. I love UFOs, aliens, ghosts, like all that shit.
There's some of
Like
them, man.
crazy monsters and stuff that are supposed to exist. I love that shit.
There's some. I love some of the shit that they're doing with images from Mars. I was looking at one the other day, and they were like, "Oh, this is definitive proof of an underground, facility." And it had, it was a picture. Something was casting. It was casting a shadow, and it looked, like a specific. They were carving out a specific shape of it, the way it looked, and everything. And it was really dark. So yeah, it could look like it was, an open. Something open there, and then they showed off behind this rise in the landscape, another little area where they claimed this was where a ship was landed, and they were carving out what looked like a vehicle of some sort. And I'm like, you guys are really stretching if this is what you're saying, because anything that you're showing would have to be fucking petrified, or it would have been standing out, and it would have been
Yeah.
seen.
And also, hey Eliza, how's it going? We got Eliza
Eliza,
showing up.
hello.
Our token Aussie is over here.
Our token
Sweet.
Aussie. This
Yeah.
you can't, John. You can't use token.
Oh, you're right. Shit. Sorry. Our favorite Aussie is here.
She may not know what an arcade is.
Does anyone know what an arcade is anymore? I'm trying to think of where. I mean, there's one at a. There's like a bar. It's a barcade in
Are
Orlando.
you talking
Where's it
about like
working?
Dave and Buster's?
No,
Oh,
but Dave and Buster's is probably a better example because those are all over the place.
and what's the other one? There's another one that's like Dave and Buster's. It's got an adult sounding name though.
Fuddruckers?
No, that's
Butt fuckers.
burger. That's burgers.
Butt fuckers. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
I'd have to look it up. It's got some funky Firkin and Keglers.
Oh, Firkin and Kegler. Yeah, that's a bowling alley though.
They have an arcade in there as well. They have an
Yeah,
upstairs, which is an adult
and they have
lounge and
poker and
area.
stuff there. Yeah,
But they have a little bit of everything, but it's not quite as pricey as Dave and Buster's.
and a
But the
full liquor bar.
bowling alley rocks.
Yeah, they got a full liquor bar.
Now bowling is another one I enjoy. Now I can't do it as much right now because of the whole
Right.
medical thing, but I love bowling. If to it Bowling is one of two sports, oddly enough, that I think I would have excelled in had I had the right direction and path growing up, and that is bowling and golf.
Hmm.
Just two sports I think I would have been really good at. Um, but bowling, man, if you ever want to go bowling one of these days, if I can still do it while I'm young enough, you know, and I'll use that
Yeah.
term loosely. Did you ever s-
um.
did you ever see the movie Kingpin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome movie.
It's a classic. Absolutely. Uh, Eliza says, "Good day," and yes, we have arcades. Yeah, I don't think we were questioning whether or not Australia has arcades, right? Did we? Did you question
Right.
that? 'Cause
It's
I don't
it's
think I
more
did.
it's more it was
It's
more
just
about
in
age.
general, are they still around?
Age,
Yeah.
like, if people still go to arcades, or there's adult arcades now which are different to me than the good old fashioned arcades. But arcades, I knew arcades were going to go down the hill whenever they stopped you taking quarters and they started taking tokens.
Yeah.
That was the back end of the arcade
Yep.
um, lifespan.
Uh, Saint sent me two links. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, I agree. Canada sucks as well.
Canada doesn't suck.
Canada sucks.
They're just, really, why do they suck? What have they ever done to us?
Celine Dion.
You know what? If people didn't buy her
Justin
albums here,
Bieber.
if people didn't buy their shit here,
Nickelback.
whose fault is that? Is
they're
is that
they're
Canada's fault,
exporting
or is
all
that
their shit to us.
they're not doing anything that anybody we do the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but we export our shit other places, right? So we just
So
don't
do
want to have we don't
they.
want to import shit. We export shit.
We import shit all the time. K-pop much?
Oh my god. Well, that was an accident. That got through somehow. I'm not sure
Manga
how.
much? What? Hentai?
Uh
What? I mean, the list goes on of the shit that we import.
the last good thing that Canada did was Rush. That was
See,
the last good thing they did. And that
no,
was back in the
you
70s.
know what? You know what? You know who seems pretty okay with what Canada's been doing? Canadians. They seem
I'm
pretty okay with it.
pretty sure you can find a lot
Where's
that will
I have yet to see the uprising that would denote anything major. So, they're just folks getting by doing their thing. You can't blame them for things like Celine Dion. Much as one might want
I
to,
will
we
blame
can't
them
do
for
it.
whatever I want.
I mean, we've
So
thrown we've
both
thrown some shit at the wall in our history.
I also want to real quick thank Ed and Jake from Freedom Scoop for donating diamonds to us on D Live. That's pretty awesome of you. You guys are all right for white boys. So yeah, thanks. But yeah, no, Canada's fucking lame. You cannot judge Canada on Rush. That's not fair. What do you mean that's not fair? That's the best thing they have going for them. Rush is amazing. Don't you dare say otherwise. I will ban you so fast. I'm joking. I won't ban you, but I will viciously disagree with you.
So you think Canada should be more like us? Is that what you think, John?
No.
What would make them less sucky?
Well, first of all, they need to change their name. Canada is such a shitty name.
Why is it a
Uh,
shitty name?
'Cause what is it? It's just
It's
a bunch
it,
of A's. Like,
Mississippi much? What?
yeah, Mississippi is at least a cool name.
No, it's not any different.
Yes, it is way different.
That is just a lame attack on an entire country. That's no
Whoa,
disallowed.
Ed. So can you? I'm gonna ban you, Ed. I will ban you. Our
Russia's the
friendship will be
Nickelback of the
over.
'70s.
I
Wow,
will. I will.
nice.
We will. We cannot be friends
I
anymore
actually I
if
have
you're
to.
gonna be like that.
I don't know. Who would be the Nickelback of the '70s? Actually, because I'm trying to. I don't know. That might
Rat? No,
actually
that
get.
was the '80s, wasn't it?
It might
Rat.
actually not Rush, but it might have to go to Lady. Who did Lady?
That's a
Hot
good
Blooded.
question. Hot blooded. Oh, you're talking about Motley Crue? No,
No,
that wasn't Motley. No,
Motley
not Motley Crue.
Crue. What
I
the
was like, yeah. Well, I was like,
fuck?
I thought you were a fan.
Sticks.
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 Ah,
Sticks might have been the
yeah,
yeah
you're right,
Ed.
Ed. You did get my goat on that one. That's not cool. We can be friends now, but on a probationary period. The Doors
The
of the
Doors of the
Nickelback.
I don't know, man.
The Doors were pretty good, though.
The
I
Doors
don't
were
know.
from a very real place, though. I mean, there you don't get much realer than those fucking drunk acid trips that Ken Morrison was taking, man.
Yeah,
His music was coming from a whole nother place.
and Styx. I mean, Styx had like those three
Yeah,
songs that everyone likes, right?
they had those songs that everybody just had to play constantly,
Yeah.
right? And they're part of every yeah. They're kind of the Nickelback in a sense. Um, the Doors. I tell you what, Val Kilmer, man. When he did the Doors, it almost seemed like he might have been channeling Morrison when he did that shit.
Damn.
It was some pretty potent shit because he sang all his own stuff for it. It's awesome. Don't
Yeah, he
don't
must have been
fucking
doing a
knock the
bunch of
doors.
acid.
Sorry, don't knock the doors, or I'll come to your house.
Come knock on your door.
Yeah, I'll be at your
So.
house, man. We'll rumble over the doors. I'm sorry, we got to talk. Uh,
Grab the shotgun, like I just want to talk to him. Just want to talk to him.
um, but I saw something. It was Paul McCartney had said something that basically to the effect that the Beatles were, a more popular band than the
And
Rolling
Jesus.
Stones,
Oh, I was gonna
and
say they were
uh,
more popular than
and
Jesus because that was a thing.
and Mick Jagger responded to that later on by basically saying, "Yeah, but we've been hugely popular for a long time and still are, still touring, and the Beatles don't exist." you know,
Yeah,
so you know, whatever, Paul. Thanks.
I mean
Thanks.
they've always been shit talkers. Like they really have.
But I mean, yeah, you can't knock somebody like the Rolling Stones and who's my Aerosmith. Whew. I mean, you talk about
Yes,
longevity.
CCR, Elephant Man. That's an
But
excellent
where is
suggestion.
CCR now?
Well, because John Faggerty had to be a dickhead and you know
You know
be a
what?
controlling douchebag
You know
and
what? People got to
lead the
live
band.
their lives, John.
Fuck off. He
People
was
got to
a
live their
ugh,
lives, man. They got to do
dude.
things. They make decisions.
What
You
was
know.
it that they named the band something differently after John left? They called it like Credence Clearwater Revisited or something like that, so that it could still have the same initials and piss off John Fogerty.
CCR is currently looking out Fogarty's back door.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, they took
Um,
all the same songs and stuff and just changed the name of the band, just to piss him off.
that's not nice.
Yeah, I think it was revisited, but I'm not 100% on that. Let me see. I gotta look that up.
What are you looking up, John? Nothing of importance,
It's important to me.
is it?
Yeah.
John likes the music of us old timers. Yes, it's
Yeah.
now. Let's Ron, I have to say this. He's he's not full on committed. He's a dabbler. He
A
he's
dabbler, you fucking shitball. I know
I
more about boomer music and
don't you even go there. How many times have I said, "Have you heard of this band?" No, I've never heard
I
of
didn't
them.
say I knew
Have
more
you
than you. What I'm saying is I know more than most people my age or even slightly older.
the uh-huh uh-huh maybe. That doesn't mean that you he's not committed, Ron. Just understand he's not fully
That's not
committed.
true.
If he really wanted to walk the path, he has much to learn.
Yeah, okay.
Ed says, by the way, I like sticks. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I believe he likes
Sticks
fish
isn't bad.
sticks. Is
He's a gay fish.
he likes fish sticks? What about Graham Parsons? Anybody? Graham Parsons? Anybody know who that is? Graham
Nope.
Parsons? Don't
Queen, excellent. Another excellent band.
go ahead. Graham Parsons, look it up.
No.
You afraid?
What would I be? I don't know. It's
You know
probably,
you're
what is it,
afraid,
porn?
John.
Why would I be afraid? Unless it was like porn or something. And even then, I probably wouldn't be afraid. I would just be disgusted by
Don't you
whatever.
hate whenever somebody just sends you random porn?
Yeah, it's terrible. Well, don't do that, guys. Whatever you do.
No, there's some nasty, vile stuff out there that
Oh yeah,
you know. Don't send me shit. I don't want none of it. No.
right. Especially don't send Robert any midget porn. That would be a
Well,
very terrible thing of you to do.
now there, I'm not. I if
Or
it
midget nugget porn. Especially don't do that.
just nothing. You know, just don't push the fetishes too far. I'm a
And
fan of.
whatever you do, don't send any vor to Robert either.
I don't
That would
even
be
know
an
what that is.
absolutely
So
terrible thing for you to do.
yeah, since I don't know what it is, I won't open it. It's fine.
You just make sure, and if you do that, make sure you don't mark it as like urgent or very important.
Right.
Um,
You know,
don't
if you really want me to open it, put it on there that it has something to do with kittens.
Yeah,
Then you know I'll be on there looking.
it's true. So whatever you guys do not do that. All right. Paint It Black by Stones. Hell yeah, that's a great song. First time I heard that song was actually at the end credits of Twisted Metal Black.
Yeah, for most people, the first time they heard it was on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, this was way before Guitar Hero was a thing. I must have been like 10 or 11.
Yeah, yeah. Video games.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of that music that's gotten into video games and assorted things um, that have kept some of that music alive.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Guitar Hero did do that. I mean, as much as you want to make fun of them, they did at least introduce a new generation to of kids to older music,
Um,
better music a lot of the time.
Stone says it's not porn. Graham Parsons is a musician. Can't believe you don't. Graham Parsons was he was in what was that? What was the group? The the Birds? Was it the Birds? What was
Bird,
I know
bird,
he
bird.
was in a couple of different
Bird is the word.
iterations of something. What was? Hold on. I can't. But it was
Oh,
country.
Stony
Wasn't he
Stone,
like
welcome.
country music? I don't think I was listening
Sounds
to a
like a
lot of.
country.
I don't think I was listening to a lot of. Yeah, and he was in the Flying Burrito Brothers.
And
That's the
hey,
other.
real quick, Stony Stone over on D Live is brand new. He followed us. I assume he followed us during the RRC thing that I was on. So welcome. Thanks for coming by. The Birds and the Fly and Burritos brothers.
Oh,
Interesting.
but Graham Parsons was born in Winter Haven, Florida.
Oh, well, that explains it.
So Florida man.
Florida man becomes famous singer
See, he
or
was in the
musician of some
Birds. He
sort.
was in the Birds the year I was born. That's when the Birds um, they were doing that.
It's kind of a lazy name for a band, don't you think?
But it was Birds with a Y.
Oh, It's almost as good as what is it, fish tacos, but like or fish, but it's like just PHISH
Does the name
fish.
David Crosby ring a bell?
It does ring a bell.
So he was part of the Birds, and when he left, that was what prompted them to look for someone else in Parsons.
Hmm.
The Birds and the Fly and the Fly and the Burrito Brothers. Yeah, the Flying Burrito Brothers was
All right, see you, Saint.
for like a
Peace.
year, but most of it, yeah, he didn't. Oh, he solo career. Emmylou Harris, he toured with her for a while. Wow, Emmylou Harris, that rings. That's maybe that's where I don't know. Yeah, let's
Elephant
see.
Man says Guitar Hero was great for Through the Fire and Flames. Dude, fuck that song. It's not even a real song. Like I obviously I know it's a real song, but what I'm saying is like, didn't those guys get busted for like not actually playing at the speed that the recording was or something like that? Like they weren't playing it like that live, and like it turned out they had turned up the speed on it. So like they couldn't even do what they expected you to do on Guitar Hero. Like they couldn't even do that. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that happened. I could be wrong, but it could be like a myth.
Is it possible that that's one of those alien tests, like the last Starfighter kind of situation, where the person who could play that after they sped it up would be the rock god that we need to stop the alien invasion or something?
Hmm.
Have you
Most
ever
live
seen The
songs
Last
suck.
Starfighter?
No.
Oh, check that movie out from
Uh.
way back.
Uh. You know I probably won't.
Ron
Well,
Helton.
good
Where's
shit.
my man Ron Helton? Anybody else? But
Right.
specifically Ron Helton. Anybody else seen The Last Starfighter? And don't come at me with some recent movie. This is nothing recent. This is from I was a I remember getting the book through Scholastic Book Fair
Oh, I
for
remember the Scholastic Book Fair.
for The Last Starfighter and reading the book before I saw the movie.
Ed said, I loved how Less Talk More Rock was a Guitar Hero song that featured exactly zero guitar in the original recording. I mean, they had other instruments in the later editions of Guitar Hero. They had like drums. You could obviously play bass, but with it was the same guitar. Um, wasn't there like a keyboard? I think one of them had a keyboard, which is kind of dumb if you ask me, because
Well,
just learn how to play the keyboard
the
then.
keyboard can make. Uh, See, there's my girl Eliza. The Last Starfighter was awesome.
She's
There's
just
a
trying to make
second.
you feel better and less
No,
old.
you have to watch the movie. It was an
It was a guitar
awesome
song.
movie,
Gotcha.
John. It was an awesome movie. I'm telling you right now.
You ever seen Enemy Mine?
Yes,
That was a fantastic movie.
and the alien from Enemy Mine, surprisingly enough, is very reminiscent to the alien. Uh, his friend, his alien friend, and mentor in the Last Starfighter. They look very similar. It's
Hmm.
funny.
It
I've
says it
been
was a
watching.
guitar
I've
song.
been watching
Gotcha.
for it to come up streaming somewhere, but it's one of those that doesn't get a lot of play. Right now, it's not on anything that I have a subscription. I'd have to buy it. I
You
might
can
just
probably
break
rent
down.
it. You can probably rent it on YouTube for like $4 and get watch it for like two
Yeah,
days.
I don't
You
want to
get two
rent. I
days
would
once you
rather
do that.
own it. That's why I've been
Yeah.
tempted to get. Last time I looked for the DVD though, it was like $30. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's
There's
a
no
very much
way, and
cult
not
classic.
anymore.
It's a very no. I'm talking. This is not a long time. Within the last 3 years, I've looked, and the only copies I was finding were expensive because it was an anniversary copy. Whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever.
But it's a cult. It's a cult film kind of thing.
Marketing
Cult
ploy
following.
number 67. Yeah.
But listen, if you don't have to trust me, but like you didn't about Game of Thrones, but Eliza there, she'll tell you it was an awesome movie. And if Ron Helton were here, I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared when I needed most, right when I
Right when you
needed
need
you
them most.
most. Ron Helton's not there because I know he's seen it. Centauri, yeah,
Probably.
the Centauri, Elephant Man's seen it too. So see, yes.
I didn't. All I'm saying is I'm probably not gonna watch it just because
You
as soon
should
as the
watch
stream
it,
is
John.
over, I'm gonna forget about it.
This is a very important. This is like this is one of those movies that you need to watch. Uh, just, just I don't know. It could change your life, John.
I doubt it.
It could change your life.
Okay,
He's changing a battery in his watch.
interesting.
That's just madness.
This
You
is
know, that's
madness.
essential stuff. People need your money. Go out there and spend money to have somebody else put the battery in for you. Go out there. It's an essential need.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Don't do it. Don't trust him. See, again, there's somebody else.
Oh my god! All right, guys.
See, everybody right now is telling you that you should see this movie. It's on Amazon for $4.
It's
You
just
could rent
like
it
okay,
there.
the amount of people I get saying, and it's not just like on the stream. It's like IRL too, where people be like, "You got to watch this show. You got to watch this movie. You got to watch this. You got to watch that. You got to watch." It's like, dude, I don't have time to watch every suggestion that people give to me.
You say that, yet you're watching the Game of Thrones for a second time.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's with
and
someone who hasn't watched it yet. So
whatever.
like, it's
It's
a public
just
service.
I don't think I need to explain further. People understand exactly what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
the stand was an awesome book.
Yes, it was a great book. I don't think that any of the iterations they've done for the stand have done it justice, though. From the movie or the television aspect, I should say. Yeah, they didn't do it
Yeah,
justice.
they
Um,
never do.
um, who did I want to do? Peter Jackson. That's who I wanted to see do it. Peter Jackson could
Yeah,
have done an amazing job with the stand, I think.
I
Uh,
think so too.
Ed said he's seen 6 movies in his life, and he can say you should see that movie.
You know what? You guys find a way. How about this? How about this? Find a way for us to watch it, and then we will watch it with like you guys in the chat. I know a place we can go where we can watch a movie
I don't
without
know if
me
we could stream it though.
copywriting. Well, no, we don't need to stream it.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were
we'll just
talking
send them
about
a
for
link. No, no, no. I'm not talking. Well, we could, but we could do that on D Live. We could
you don't
stream
want
it.
to you don't want to have to watch you don't want to watch it alone.
Well, yeah, that, and I want to be able to talk shit about it if I want to.
Well, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I
Of
think it would be a
course, you'll
fun
be able to
thing.
talk shit about it, John. It's from the '80s.
I don't know, but no, I mean, I think it'd be fun to watch
Were you
movies
thinking
with.
you're expecting some
I think it would
Spielberg
be.
level shit or something?
I think it would be fun to watch movies with our followers. I think that would be a lot of fun.
It would.
Yeah, so I think we should do that, and that should be the first movie since everyone wants to.
But
Everyone likes it.
you know what the funny thing will be? Everybody will
What?
be like, "No, I don't want to watch that movie again." And just like John will just be like, "Damn it, damn it." Yeah, 1984 is when that movie came out.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a movie.
What's a movie?
I don't know if anybody. I'm trying to think of who all went on later to be somebody. There really weren't any. I don't think there were any big hitters in there, unless they were small parts back in the background.
1984 is when J. Edgar came out.
Oh, oh, guess who's in it? I forgot about that.
What?
Will Wheaton is in it.
Oh God! And you want me to watch that?
He's a
Oh my
little
God!
kid.
Will Wheaton. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Fucking Wesley Crusher is in this shitty movie. Oh, it's gonna suck now.
No,
He was the
he was
worst thing about Star Trek, and
in
he's gone on to
1984.
be shit forever. Like he's still shit even now. But that's fine. I mean, I'll make fun of him. Like it's fucking Will Wheaton. Oh God.
Yeah, if you here, you got to see this. I mean, I'll share it to you. I think I can.
So yeah, what do you guys think in the chat there? If we get this movie, do you guys want to? Oh God, you guys want to
That's
watch it with us? Will Wheaton.
see, he was a young whippersnapper back then,
I love the big obnoxious glasses.
right?
Yeah.
So 1984. Yeah, Will Wheaton, one of Will Wheaton's big breaks early on.
What the fuck?
So I wonder when Jay was born, if Big Brother was watching.
Yeah, obviously. Wyatt says sure.
Yeah,
Eliza says
that
sure.
would be cool. We could have a movie night. We'd have to get it all planned out. We'd have to have popcorn, and we're gonna have to have some rules. Gonna have to have
Boo.
some rules.
Boo rules. Boo.
Well, there's just certain things that are gonna have you have to they're gonna have to happen with mic off. I'm just saying. So, I don't.
Okay, yeah. If you're jerking it, turn your mic off so no
See,
one
I
can
didn't
hear
want to
it.
have to go all the way to the extent of spelling it out, but there you go.
Well, I mean, come
You
on.
know, I guess we'll.
You got to be clear with these things, you know.
I'm just saying we want to keep this PG 32.
Yeah. Wait, I'm not even 32. That's not fair. I guess I'm not watching it then. Oh well.
Well, no, with parental guidance. I mean,
My parents
I'm
aren't
old.
gonna be there,
Well,
so
you can have stand-in parents. You're old enough to make that decision. So, like I could be your parent in this instance.
right.
You
You can
know,
be the homeless guy that I
I'll be
paid to
there to
get
hold your hand
tickets.
if it's scary.
Okay, good. Okay, that's a good rule. Yeah, Liza, we don't want to hear any kind of fapping noises going on.
Fapping. But
Oh,
yeah,
you
we
heading
could.
out, Stony Stone? All right, see you next time, man.
Peace. Thanks for stopping by. Um, I I think Zoom would actually make a good place for that because you could broadcast, on to the entire Zoom meeting the same movie and turn the audio on. If I'm not mistaken,
And you
we
can
should
mute other
check that and
people.
try it.
Yeah,
Hold on, are you talking?
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Something was up with my volume, I guess.
I don't know, but I mean, we are over time.
Well then,
Anyway.
you're an asshole. All right, so all right, so we're gonna get the hell out of here. Fine. You want
Yeah,
to rush things? I thought we were finally getting along. We were being, having some
that's why I
productive
wanted to
time,
end it. It was getting too comfortable, and I don't like that.
right? You were starting to
Ugh.
feel feelers.
I know. Ugh.
Yeah. All
Feelings,
right, so
gross.
John, let's get the hell out of here, folks. We appreciate you stopping by and seeing us tonight, and thanks for clicking that like button if you have, and if you have not, thank you for clicking it now that I've made you feel guilty about not clicking it. Um, John, can you let these people know in some short, succinct way where they can find us?
All the links are down in the description. Is that short enough?
Wow, wow, that's ballsy. Hey,
So we got
yeah,
our Twitter down there at the Gen Gap P. We got our Discord server in the description, so definitely make sure you go and see that. Oh hey Namvet, Namvet. Sorry, we are actually ending the stream at the moment. But feel free to hang out with us. Next time. That'd be awesome.
jump in the Discord, say hello.
Yeah, jump in the Discord. All the links should be down below. Do we have those on D Live?
They should be, maybe.
I'll check real quick if you want to continue
They
with the
were.
spiel.
Yeah, continue the spiel. But yeah, check us out on D Live. John's looking to see if
Yes,
we
they are. They're
yeah,
all
so
there in
they're
the
there.
description. Yep.
And then we're also hanging out with people like Ed and Stephen Ignoramus, Wyatt from Roundtable Decision, RRC. Who else we got over there, John?
Freckles and Brit are over there now. New
Freckles and Brett.
additions.
Nice.
Yeah,
And that's over on freedomscoop.com. Great place to come check out
absolutely.
lots of interesting entertainment. And you can get some great swag, John. I trust that you're promoting some swag this evening. Look at
I
that.
am indeed.
John's
I
got a
am
Gin Gap
indeed.
t shirt. We've got our Gin Gap mug. Look at that. Gin Gap mug. That's right.
It's pretty sexy. Yeah.
The Gin Gap mug. You can find that stuff on freedomscoop.com. And if you put in the Gin Gap that you see down in the description there on your checkout, you get 15% off of your t shirt purchase and make you a happier camper.
That's right.
Nothing says isolation like spending time in a Jen Gap shirt. Um, ooh,
But yes,
that's
also make sure you do
market
join
that.
our Discord server if you haven't already, because it is awesome and I highly recommend it.
It does sometimes get a little spicy, so
Which is the fun part, yeah.
yeah, bring your biscuits. Bring your biscuits. All right, so let's get the hell out of here, John. We'll be back again on Friday for our regular stream. We'll be there at whatever time it normally is, 8:30 Eastern time. I think is the standard
Yep,
time that we do that thing at. And then we'll be back again next Monday for shooting the shit. Watch for John. Watch for myself. Watch for pop-ups around the interwebs out there. You never know when we're going to be somewhere doing something.
yep.
All right, so thanks again, folks, for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon. Please stay safe out there, do the right things, and keep yourself healthy. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yep. See you guys.
The war will begin.